Hello dear students. So in the last sessions we had completed our 4 units. Okay, and we had discussed the important Maxwell equation and all. And from today we are going to start our unit 5. Okay, unit 5, and that is your waves. That is, we have to discuss the electromagnetic waves in this unit. Okay, so the first topic of discussion is uniform plane waves. Okay, uniform plane waves. Fine. So the waves are the means of transporting energy or information from source to destination. Okay. So what are waves? If we talk about the basic definition of waves, so what we can write the basic definition: the waves are the means of transporting transporting energy or information. Okay, energy or information from source to destination. Okay, so whatever source is there, like you might have learned about the receiver, transmitter. So from the transmitter, at the source we send the information, at the receiver we receive that information. So what, by what means it is being carried out? It is being carried out through the waves. So the waves are the means of, they are the medium to transfer or transport energy or information from one point to another point, or from source to the destination. Okay, so waves can be defined like that, and the waves consisting of electric and magnetic fields. Okay, so electric fields plus magnetic fields. So if the waves is consisting of electric and magnetic fields, then together it is called the electromagnetic waves. So together what we say it? Electromagnetic waves. Okay, so it is composed of two fields, electric fields and magnetic fields, that we will say later. Okay, it has both the components, and wave is a function of time and space. Okay, so the wave is a function of both time and space. Means the waves can be represented in terms of time as well as space also. Okay, and the examples of electromagnetic waves I will write in short, that is EM waves. Okay, so examples of EM waves are the radio waves, light rays, television signals, etc. Okay, so your radio waves, okay, light rays, light rays are also called the electromagnetic rays or waves. Okay, and the television signals, that are also, these are the examples of the electromagnetic waves. Okay, now we shall see the general wave equation. Okay, so we'll see the general wave equation. Okay, so the wave equations can be obtained by relating the space and time variations of the electric and magnetic fields. So what I told you that the electromagnetic waves have its components as electric as well as magnetic fields. Okay, both together makes it a electromagnetic waves. So obviously the wave equations can be obtained by relating the space and time variations of the electric and magnetic fields using the Maxwell equation. Okay, so from the Maxwell equation, now we will use some of the Maxwell's equation that we have discussed earlier. So from the Maxwell's equation, we know this relation del cross E equals to minus del B upon del T. This relation we know. So put it equation 1. Del cross E equals to minus del B upon del T, time varying magnetic field. Now if we replace this B is with mu H, okay, B can be written as mu H. So if we replace, then what we can write? Del cross E equals to minus mu del H upon del T. Yes or no? Okay. So you can also put this as equation 1. Rather put this one as equation. This is your equation. Okay. Now from the displacement current density, you might be remembering we have another Maxwell equation, that is del cross H equals to J plus JD, where J was the simply current density and JD was your displacement current density. So what was the value of J? J can be written as sigma E. Okay, and this JD can be written as del D upon del T, and D, capital D, electric flux density, can be substituted epsilon E. So we can write epsilon del E upon del T. Okay, and this one is your equation 2. Okay, now we have some more Maxwell equations also. When please refer the summary if you have forgot. Okay, so del B is equal to 0. That is what? That is del dot H equals to 0. So this is your equation 3. Okay, and del dot D equals to 0. That is del dot E equals to 0, because we know that B equals to mu H. So if del dot B equal to 0, so obviously del dot H equal to 0, and del dot D equal to 0, that means del dot E equal to 0. So this is also equation 4. Okay, so up to here we are using some of the important relations from the last units or Maxwell's equation, which we have already discussed in the third and fourth units. Now we shall move further and take curl on both sides of equation 1. So taking curl on both sides of equation 1. So equation 1, you can see del cross equal to minus mu del H upon del T. Now if we take the curl on both sides, so what we can write? Curl we are taking, that means del, another del will come. So del cross E equals to what? Equals to minus mu can be taken outside, and inside it is del cross del H upon del T. Okay, we can write this. So put it as equation 5. Now since this del operator indicates differentiation with respect to space, okay, so what does this del operator indicates? This del operator indicates what? Differentiation with respect to what? Space. Okay, and this del upon del t, what does it represent? This represent the differentiation with respect to what? Time. So you can clearly differentiate between the two. This del operator, what do we write? Del x, del y, del z. Okay, so that means x, y and z, they are representing the space. So this del operator is representing differentiation with respect to space. Whereas this del upon del t, if we write, so obviously it can be seen that the differentiation is being carried out with respect to t. So this is representing the differentiation with respect to time. Okay, so both are independent to each other. This is representing differences with respect to space, and this is representing differences with respect to time. So both are what? Both are independent to each other and hence can be interchanged. So both are independent to each other, and hence can be interchanged. And hence can be interchanged. Okay. So after doing this, if we do this, okay, then what your equation 5 will be? So del cross E, it is okay, but here we will interchange, which this del operator will go here, okay, means it can go inside. So we can write del upon del t del cross h, okay. So that we can do because both are independent to each other. So your equation 5 can now be written as del cross E equals to what? Minus mu del upon del t, and it is del cross h. Okay, because this del operator was previously outside and we have taken it inside because we can interchange it, and this is your question 6. Okay, now substituting the value of del cross h. Now substituting the value of del cross h from equation 2, because in equation 2 we have the del cross h value, so that we will substitute here. So in equation 2, this del cross h equal to how much? So del cross h equal to sigma E plus epsilon del E upon del T. That we will substitute here. So now this equation 6 will become, after substitution, del cross E equals to minus mu del upon del T, and inside bracket we have to substitute the value of del cross h. So what was del cross h? In equation 2, if you will see, del cross h equals to the sigma E plus epsilon del E upon del T. Okay, now we will multiply it, so it will be minus mu into sigma and del E upon del T. So this mu and sigma can be multiplied this minus sign I had missed here. So mu sigma del E upon del T minus this mu epsilon and del upon del T and del E upon del T. So double differentiation is there. So del 2 E upon del T square. Okay, this we can write, and this is your equation 7. Now according to vector identity, a vector identity, we have one vector identity. So what is that identity, we'll see. So according to a vector identity, if you have this del cross E, okay, then we can write it del into del dot E, this is identity, okay, and minus del into del, that is del square E. So this we can write, we can take this equation 8. Okay, now substituting del dot E equal to 0, because in equation 4 we had discussed it. So substituting this del dot E equals to 0 from equation 4. So if you will substitute del dot E equal to 0 from equation 4, then this your, what will be this identity? So this part is 0. Okay, so this del cross E will be equal to minus del 2E. Okay, and this is, let's say, equation 9. Now substituting this value in equation 7, this one. Okay, so substituting this value in equation 7. So if we substitute this value in equation 7, then your equation 7 will be what? So in equation 7, you see, this is your equation 7. So del cross E equals to minus del 2E. So in the left hand side it will be what? Minus del 2E, and in the right hand side we have this relation, minus of mu sigma del E upon del T, okay, and minus of mu epsilon del 2E upon del T square. Okay, so finally if we cancel this minus, okay, because minus is on the both sides, so we will have the wave equation for the electric field E. So if we cancel the minus on both sides, so we can write simply this del 2E equals to mu sigma del E upon del T plus mu epsilon del 2E upon del T square. And this is very important relation, because all other relations will depend on this if we talk about the plane waves. So this is the wave equation for electric field E. So this is the wave equation for electric field Okay, so obviously this is the what electric field part of the wave equation, because electromagnetic field will consist of both electric as well as magnetic field. Okay, now we will see for the magnetic field also, that if we want the wave equation for magnetic field, then what will be the changes. Okay, so let us proceed further, multiplying both sides of equation by epsilon. Now we are proceeding further for wave equation for magnetic field. Similar wave equation we will get for magnetic field also, because for EM waves we have to derive both electric as well as magnetic field. So multiplying both sides of equation by epsilon. Okay, we will multiply both sides of this equation with epsilon. Okay, so what we will get if we multiply? So this del cross E, in place of del cross E we will write del 2 epsilon E. Okay, and here we will have mu sigma and del upon del t epsilon E. Okay, and here also we will have mu epsilon and del 2 epsilon E upon this del t square. Okay, now we know this relation, that d equals to what, epsilon E. This we know or not? So this we can use here, yes or no? So this del 2 epsilon E can be written as del 2 d. Okay, and here also mu into sigma del upon del t epsilon E can be written as what, d. And here also mu epsilon and del 2, this epsilon into E can be written as d. So your whole expression has now been shifted from E to d. Okay, so this is the wave equation for d. So this is the wave equation for d in the uniform medium. In the uniform medium. Okay. Now similarly for magnetic field also. So similarly for the magnetic field, we know that which quantity in electric field is analogous to which quantity in magnetic field. So we can directly write it, yes or no? So in magnetic field if we write, so this electric field intensity is analogous to what? E is analogous to H, and this D is analogous to B. So in place of E if we write H, then it is okay. So follow this relation del to E. So in place of E we will put H for the magnetic field, and everything will remain same. So del 2H equals to mu sigma del H upon del T plus mu epsilon del 2H upon del T square. Okay, so this is what? This is the wave equation for magnetic field. So this is the wave equation for magnetic field. Okay, now similar to what we proceeded for electric, we can do for magnetic also. If we multiply, in electric field we had multiply with epsilon, so we got the expression in D. So if we multiply mu in this equation, okay, so we will get the equation for B. Yes or no? So if we will multiply both sides by mu, so we will get multiplying both sides by mu. So the expression will be del 2 mu h equals to mu sigma del mu h upon del t plus mu epsilon del 2 mu h upon del t square. So we know this relation that B equals to mu h. This we already know. So in place of mu h we can put B. Yes or no? So the expression will be del 2B equals to mu into sigma del B upon del T, because this mu h can be written as B, and mu epsilon del 2 B upon del T square. Okay, and this is your relation for the wave equation for this B, that is magnetic flux density in the uniform medium.